Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who has joined us today live or are watching this session recording later. My name is Vishal Chawla, and I am one of the members of the organizing team for this bootcamp. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I'm sorry, Salesforce Marketers Group Singapore is super excited for organizing this biggest Salesforce marketing cloud. I'm sorry, the plan for this bootcamp is to cover 65 plus sessions on a wide variety of topics covering the various Salesforce marketing cloud products. To present these topics, we have invited some of the leading industry experts from across the globe. A very big thank you to one and all who are part of this wonderful Trailblazer community. Few housekeeping rules. For any questions during the session, please feel free to use the chat box. We will answer them during the session itself. For any questions post the session, please use the short link shown on the screen or scan the QR code. This will take you to a Google form where you can drop in your questions and we can get back to you with the answers later. All our sessions are recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel. To access them, please use the short link shown on the screen or scan the QR code. Lastly, to sign up for all the upcoming sessions for this bootcamp, please visit our Trailblazer community page by using the short link or scanning the QR code. Here is the agenda for today's session, which is episode 14, Content Builder Session 1. We will have a quick round of introductions, and then we'll walk into the main subject, which is creating emails, templates, mobile messages, best practices, and a demo. Then we'll share some resources and also have some time for Q&A. Towards the end, we'll have an interesting quiz session where the participants get an opportunity to win prizes. A shout out to the wonderful organizing team members who put in great effort for setting up these bootcamp sessions so that the Salesforce Trailblazer community can get access to quality learning. These team members are Abhishek, who is an SFMC technical lead, yours truly, Vishal. I'm a SFMC solution architect. Prashant, who is also the speaker for today's session, and he's a Salesforce technical lead. Funny, who is a chief technology and evangelist. With this, I would like to hand over to the speaker for today's session, Prashant. Prashant, why don't you give a brief introduction about yourself and take the session forward from there? Over to you.
Thanks, Vishal. Okay, thank you all for joining today. So today's session will be mostly on content builder, a pretty simple topic. So my name is Prashant. I'm a technical lead and I'm a 16-time Salesforce certified consultant. I'm also MuleSoft certified and community group leader. I'm also a trailhead mentor. You can follow me on Twitter with @pvardhanp, or you can connect me over LinkedIn as well. So today's agenda mostly will be about basic concepts of content builders. What is content builder? What are the available things inside a content builder? Basically, how you can upload files, what types of files are supported, and whether you can build, how you can build emails in a content builder, or how you can manage templates in a content builder, and different kinds of mobile messages that you can create, whether it's a message or a push notification. And we'll just discuss about best practices. We'll just have a Q&A and wrap up. We'll have a quiz on Saturday for both the sessions of the combined content builder sessions. Quickly going into the topics so that we just don't delay any of our time anymore. So content builder is basically a content management tool where you can have the flexibility to store the images, documents, or probably even other stuff as well, like dynamic content and all. in a single location so that everybody will be able to access the same. So it's a easy drag and drop kind of feature available inside Marketing Cloud, uh, uh, where you have the flexibility to edit the content that you upload as well, and then make changes to the specific content. So the way you can also have your email templates, it does not restrict only to the images and documents. You can also have your different other type of content that you will be utilizing inside your marketing campaigns. So content builder is basically a repository. Okay, so it's more like a CMS, content management system, where you can access the content even through an API as well. So we have previously called content management application, which is called as Content Canvas, and currently we have an HTML content editor, which is called as a basically the content builder itself. So before that, I think I might have missed a slide somewhere in between. Okay. So anyways, so it's an easy to use interface. You will be able to even create emails without your HTML knowledge or AMP script knowledge or SSJS functionality knowledge and all. So you can preview emails that you have built, or images that you have built, or probably images that you have uploaded, including the dynamic content inside the content builder by changing the view of the content that you're seeing through from a prospect view, or from a admin view as well. You have the flexibility to view that as well. So you can include tracking parameters inside the content that you're trying to build as well. So the content that you're trying to upload or build inside the content builder, you have the flexibility to even um, tag the content using few keywords, and also you have the flexibility to associate the campaigns for the content that you're trying to build as well. So let me just go to the next slide. So the next is upload files. So upload files, in the upload file section, you have the flexibility to upload the files. You can drag and drop the existing files inside your local machine, or browse through your computer by uploading the files. The basic limitation for this, I mean, the limitation for this is 5 MB per file size. So you cannot upload any file greater than 5 MB size. Okay, and deleting the file removed directly from the content builder library, but the file remains published on third-party system. Okay, so for every content that you're trying to upload into the file, every file that you're trying to upload into the content builder, there will be a predictive URL that is generated. So the predictive URL is generally the basic common base URL, which we might term in Salesforce as base URL. So this URL will have the image referenced. Okay, so tomorrow, if at all you would like to replace the image, or you would like to delete the image and upload a separate image for this particular URL, right? So you can do a replace and a deletion as well, and the URL still remains the same. So if at all this URL is being referenced across other sent out emails or templates, the image when you replace the image automatically reflects on the template or the email when it is refreshed. Okay. So during the content can only be replaced during the upload process, and you can only when predictive URLs are enabled, you can replace a file containing the published URL. So apart from that, basically these files are uploaded to a third-party repository. It's a third-party content delivery network that is utilized to ensure that we have an optimized delivery of the emails, and also audiences across worldwide will try to pull the data or pull the images or the content and view. So to avoid distortions also, we have a third-party content delivery network which holds all this uploaded content, uploaded files and content over there. So the next thing is emails inside a content builder. So you can have the flexibility to create emails in two ways, either from Email Studio or from content builder or inside the content builder as well. So there are multiple things for an emails inside content builder. One is AMP for email. So currently this is a new feature that is available inside the content builder. So the AMP for email is an open source tool that will allow your customers to interact directly inside email. So for example, if your customers are having something called as probably a feedback form or probably uh, and scrollable image, right? So inline images also, and you would want your customers to interact directly inside email rather than landing them to redirecting them to a landing page and all. So that's where AMP for email comes into picture. So, but here is a restriction that before you build out an email, AMP for email, it is important that you will have to register under a registration form, which is available on help.salesforce.com, which will allow you to send the emails in the AMP format as well. So apart from that, in the content builder, so we have different types of emails that we try to create. One is template-based emails. So the other is HTML paste, and the other one is text only. Similarly, we have classic content emails previously, which includes like template-based, HTML-based, text only. We have others as well over here, something called as unprocessed HTML paste, simple automated email, or unprocessed text only emails as well. So regarding the template, so basically, when you edit a template, right? So there is a difference between an email and a template as well. So email is a if you're trying to send out a particular built-in email, then it is listed as an email. But template is a pre-built structure that is there available, and you have the flexibility to clone these pre-built structures and create your own emails on top of the templates that you are trying to utilize. Okay, so when you edit an email template, it does not automatically affect the emails that you have already utilized them to create your emails and triggered them out. So also deleting these templates does not affect all the emails that you have sent out as well. So template is just a source and you create your emails on top of the template as well. So we have something called as we have something called as default templates, and Salesforce have already identified like what kind of templates are acceptable by different domains or different network providers as well, like Outlook or Gmail or Apple Mail, whatever, Apple iCloud, I guess. So whatever it is. So Salesforce did give us like grades through that, and you can find the information on the help.salesforce.com for the default templates. So whatever the Salesforce has provided default templates, so those templates have got a specific ratings for that. So if it is a grade A on the respective template, that means it has been thoroughly tested and is supported fully across all the email clients. And if it is B, then it is not thoroughly tested. And if it is F, then it is explicitly unsupported and untested email clients. Okay. So when you're trying to utilize the default templates, you will have to make sure that you refer to this particular section, and then you take into consideration of all this kind of information that you're trying to utilize or use to build your emails on top of the templates that are being provided. So you can also create your own templates. It's not important that you will have to utilize only the Salesforce provided templates, but instead you have the flexibility to create your own templates and share across your business units as well, which I can cover in my next session of sharing the content and all. But yeah, so when you're trying to build an email template, you can build your own email templates either using HTML, CSS, or through a AMP script as well, or by utilizing Salesforce standard blocks that you can drag and drop and create your own template inside content builder as well. So we have something called a single source template strategy. So which allows you to basically create a content once and reutilize the same content for multiple emails or contexts and audiences as well. So for example, if you have a campaign that you would like to run across 110 languages, but you would like to have a standard template in place, and you ask your team to create or build emails based on the language on top of the template. This is where your single source template strategy helps. And you have the flexibility to keep one template as a base template. And you can ask the content people who are all, or the marketers who are going to build those emails to utilize the standard based template by following the rules or whatever the standards that you have put forth on the template, and then build respective language based templates as well. So this will basically reduce the unnecessary work, like the template layout or the standard images that needs to be there, like basically the Facebook social media links or logos of the company or the organization, or the common images that are that needs to be there. All the kind of resizes does not need to be done. Where if they are following the proper what do you say proper uh, rules or according to the templates, right? Then you do not need an approval for that specific template. So you can restrict people by telling them to follow a template strategy by creating a single source template strategy as well. Okay. Uh, the next one is mobile messages. So for the mobile messages, we have multiple ways to send out a mobile message. So one is through creating an in-app message in the content builder. So through mobile messages, you can create SMS, you can create push notification, line messages as well inside content builder, right? In template messages that you can create for WhatsApp, or probably session messages that you can create for WhatsApp. So push notification, you can utilize in the journey builder once you create a push notification as well. And also, like, if it's a line carousel message, right? So basically that if you want to have a 10 different messages within one carousel, right? You can create a line message, carousel message in a line message, and then you can enable it for different channels as well. So we have something called as multi-content line messages as well inside inside content builder, which you can utilize them for your journey builder activities. So when you create a multi-content line messages, you can utilize them in a journey builder send as well, which might also include a single video uh, or a single image, or probably audio or a text message as well inside the multi-content line message, for up to 5 of these elements in a single one message. Okay, so you can have all these kind of 5 elements in a one message. That's called as a multi-content line message. But if it's a line message, right, or a what do you say, carousel message, right? So you can have 10 different messages as well over there. Okay, so but that there needs to be a single type of a message, 10 different single type of a message. But if you want to have a different message, like one audio, one video, one image, one push notification, something like that, right? Or else one message kind of a stuff, then you can utilize a multi-content line message as well. Okay. Basically, okay, the next is the SMS message. So Marketing Cloud does allow you to trigger out SMSs through Mobile Studio. So you have that flexibility to trigger out SMSs through Mobile Studio. But for any SMS that needs to be triggered, so you have the flexibility to create content inside Content Builder for the SMSs that needs to be triggered out, so that your team can utilize them. And even it's not that you cannot use it inside only a Mobile Studio. You can also trigger them using Journey Builder if in the mobile for the SMSs that you wanted to figure out. So we have something called as WhatsApp, which can be automatic, which can be associated or integrated with Marketing Cloud. So previously we used to raise ticket with Marketing Cloud to integrate WhatsApp and all, but currently we do not need to do that. So if at all we have a business number, we have the flexibility to automatically link our number with Marketing Cloud, but provided our templates or WhatsApp template messages are approved from Facebook itself. Okay, so for any template message that we are trying to send out, all those messages needs to be all those templates needs to be approved by WhatsApp before we send out any kind of template messages through Journey Builder or so. Okay, so we have something called as session messages as well. You can create session messages, something we call them probably as a quick text inside Salesforce as well. So we can create a WhatsApp session message which can be utilized by users to initiate a message. You can ask me like, what is the difference between a template message and a session message? So if you are saying about a template message, you can utilize template messages to do the automation process. So if at all you have customers that would like to receive automated templated messages, then we have the flexibility to trigger out using the automations for the WhatsApp template messages. But if you want the sessions to be initiated by your users from your side, then you have the flexibility to create a session message and then ask your user to initiate those session messages. Okay. So yeah, I think we are end of the slides. We can like discuss about best practice and go into see like what and content builder can do. So the best practices, you always make sure that you test the content that you're trying to create through multiple subscribers or through multiple attributes as well. You have to preview the emails, and you can preview the emails in a one-on-one personalization as well. Make sure that you select that specific what do you say, the contact or a subscriber, and then you can see that email preview as well. So apart from that, right, so make sure that you also test those emails or check those emails using litmus tool also, in how does it render in different device as well, because there are different emails can render in differently in Gmail. It can render separately in Outlook as well, because Outlook follows Word format. So any email that you send out will be first transformed into Word and then will be published on their Outlook email to your customers. So make sure that whenever you're trying to send out the emails, you first try to test them, and then check how it reflects on different devices. So Litmus tool is one tool that provides you all these kind of features of testing or testing them on different devices. So you make sure that you do that before you send out, because there are differences how it can reflect on Gmail, Outlook, and Apple iCloud as well, iMail or iCloud, whatever it is. Okay, so when you send out a test email, create a test list or test data extension, and then use your test devices, or ask your make sure that you have your test list have different devices, probably an iPad, one Apple device, one Windows Outlook, or one Gmail and all, and how does it reflect on mobile as well, right? So make sure that you have different kinds of recipients having different devices, and then do a test over there. Okay, or you can also entire subscriber audience, you can do a subscriber preview as well. You can do a test data extension recipient as well. Okay, so whenever you're trying to trigger out an email, or probably if at all you have a large audience and you want to make sure that content stays as per the rules and regulations, right? Because any marketing content that is not being reviewed and being pushed out create a lot of nonsense, and inside the web over there across, right? You should have already seen that someone says something in that email or probably an advertisement, and it just goes viral on Twitter, and asking them to blog or put those people aside, or don't follow those brands and all kind of stuff. So make sure that you have content approval process in place. So which I'll be discussing in my next session about approval workflows inside Content Builder, and make sure you get your content approved before you trigger out any kind of emails as well. So yeah, so we have some called as reserved keywords. Okay, so which you cannot use inside content, something called as content, sub content, super content, right? Design, tags, all these are reserved keywords, which are called keywords which are being utilized by Marketing Cloud at a product level. So you cannot use this kind of keywords in the content, and make sure that you do not use them. Okay, otherwise it might create some problems inside the content that you're trying to build. Yeah, probably I'll just move to the demo part. Like before that, let me see. Update an email template and is used in a campaign journey. Do I need to update the same journey? Or yes, to refresh the template. Yes, so Aishwarya has already answered that. So also, like if you are updating an email template and few of your customers have already received that email, then it doesn't reflect to the received recipients. Okay, so it only reflects to the people who should be receiving that template yet, or who has not received yet. Okay, but if you are updating or replacing a content in the predictive URL that you're having, right, then whenever even the people who have received it, so whenever they load the email, the new content will be automatically refreshed. Like it might be an image or an audio file or something like that. So if it is being replaced, then it will automatically reflect over there. Can you guys see my screen? Okay.
No.
Off.
Yes.
So this Marketing Cloud instance. So for those people who are seeing for the first time, so you have different kinds of studios on the top: email, mobile, social studio is expired, or which has been removed from Marketing Cloud currently. So advertising studio for ad, something we call as ad studio, web studio for cloud pages, right? Personalization is interaction studio. So we have different studios on the top. So we have something called as content builder over here, and this is where we try to build all our content. So we need to get into that. So before going into that, I just want to showcase few things. So we have something called as content builder in the setup, where we have the flexibility to customize the settings of the content builder. Okay, so over here you see, right, content builder settings. So you need to go to the setup, and in the setup just find content builder settings. You can do it from the quick find box on the left. Okay, and when you click on it, you get the settings for content builder. So if at all you're trying to create emails and you want them auto save rather than clicking on save button, so you have something called as email auto save over here, and you can enable that. Similarly, if at all you would like to share content across the enterprise irrespective of the business units, right? So you can enable that as well by just clicking on enterprise sharing. So we have something called as predictive file URLs. You can have that. But just in case you have some issues with predictive URLs, right? So sometimes, there are customers who are saying that, I have replaced an image, and the end URL which says /1 is being replaced as /2 when I replace the image. So for that kind of dynamic change of content, predictive URLs, right? So you will have to raise a support ticket with Marketing Cloud support team. So they have some toggle in the backend that will enable to make the predictive URL static rather than creating some kind of version kind of a predictive URLs. Okay, so we have editor configuration. You have the flexibility to see who can edit, whether you can edit what kind of editable tabs and all, block tabs, editor features, block group configuration. So you have all this kind of stuff where you have the flexibility to first set up the content builder over here and then go and build the content over there. Okay. So that's how you will try to maintain administration of the content. Okay. So like if you want to go back again, right? So I'm sorry, I didn't do you. All you have to do is just over on the top, and the top bar appears, and all you have to do is just click on the respective studio that you would like to land onto, and you will be able to land onto that specific. And when I click on content builder, this is how the content builder appears. So on the top, you will be able to see a BU, whether you would like, whether how many BUs do you have access to. And if at all you would like to switch between BUs, you can do a switch between the BUs over here. And yeah, so this is how you will be able to see. Towards the left, you have folder section, and you can also see what are all the types of folders that are being shared or content being shared over here. Okay, so you can see like I have a lot of emails over here, right? So I can open any kind of email. I will be able to see the emails over here, right? So what kind of email it is, like, who built it, right? So whether what folder it is into, what is the customer key, and who is the owner of that particular email, right? So when it got created, when it got modified, all that kind of information is already available. Okay, so on the top you will have preview and test. So if I want to just do a preview, I can do a preview as well over here. And if I want to make a change to the content, I can make the change of the content as well over here. Okay. So yeah, so that's how you will be able to. But I'll just try to create a new email. So when I just do a click on the create button, so I have different things over here. One says email message. The other thing is email template. Okay. So whether I would like to paste an HTML. So we have graphic designers across big companies where they will try to build these emails externally using HTML, and then they share that email code or HTML code with the marketer, and the marketer tries to copy the code and paste it inside marketing cloud, and then tries to see how it is reflecting and all on the email template, right? So for that kind of a stuff, so we have something called as paste HTML. So you can copy paste the HTML and then just get the email built from the HTML. Similarly, like we have content blocks, which I will be covering it up next. So we have SMS message where you can create an SMS message as well. The other one is mobile app. So this is for mobile studio where we can utilize in-app message. So just in case you would like to build any kind of an in-app messages and you would like to figure out the content from inside the in-app message. So if you are in the Zomato app and you see in-app kind of message toggling up or RGO, right? So there will be some kind of pop-ups coming up when you open the app and see those all those kind of, or when you open the app on the top you will be seeing notifications, right? So all these kind of called as in-app messages, and we also have something called as push notifications. So very lately you should be seeing like Zomato triggering out all this kind of push notifications, asking you or tempting you to order food and with local languages, right? So all those kind of push notifications you can build inside Marketing Cloud. So we have chat messaging, so line message. I do not have any um, WhatsApp channel setup. So that is the reason I cannot show any WhatsApp, how to create WhatsApp templates and all over here. And similarly, like, I can upload the content as well. If I'm just clicking on over here, right? So I have the flexibility to upload the content and then put it over here. So I have any content. So irrespective whether it's a dynamic content or a normal content, I can upload the content directly over here. We'll just first go with an email message and see what are the things available inside an email message. So when I'm just clicking on email message, it's just an email that you're trying to create. So you can create a template plus AMP, an HTML, an HTML plus AMP. You can also create a text only message. Like, when I just click on text only, I can just show you that. So I can add a campaign. So you can see that, every yep. So every content needs to be tagged to a campaign. So it's better that we tag to them as a campaign as well. So, all I have to do is, if I want to have only a text only email, right? So I can just build a text only email. Just in case, you would like to add some code snippets or probably unsubscribe and resubscribe, which is very much important, right? Unsubscribed also. You can see, right, on the top right corner, you're saying that, last save, because that is auto saving, because that's a feature that has been enabled in the custom content. Okay. So now, for example, I'm just trying to make a subject. So I can insert profile subscriber attributes as well over here. So I would like to say hi Prashant or demo Prashant, right? So I know the first name, so I can just pull the first name over here. So I can also pull system attributes like email name, job ID, whatever I'm put over here. So I can get those information as well. Okay. So if I want to do a control copy paste or an undo, right? So I have the flexibility to do so. And if I want to insert a code snippet, I can insert a code snippet as well over here. But this is all like, inside a text email. So once I do next, right? So I have the this review and text, right? So I can search for a recipient test. I'm just trying to see if I have a. So I have this. So I'm just trying to show how. Oh yeah, profile center is missing. Okay, so profile center is missing, but yeah, I'm just because we need to have as per can spam rules and all, which is important that we need to have an unsubscribe or preference center down below for every email that we send out. So that was the reason that error triggered up. So I can choose my preview and then I can see how it is reflecting and all over here. Okay, so yep, so I'm just trying to go back. So I can add a and center off. So let me just go back. I will just try to create one more. Show you how does it looks like for a template. So the templates. Remember the templates that I was speaking of. So we have all these kind of templates inside the content builder. So all these are pre-built templates from Salesforce, so or Marketing Cloud, and you have the flexibility like you can select any template and then create your own templates for that. So one is basic, so where you have when I select this, you have the flexibility. So I'm just saying again like demo two. Trying to save and next. So the layout is prefixed. So you can add again, like you can edit the layout, remove or add or copy or replicate the layout that you're seeing over here. But if at all you have the if at all you have an email that you would like to build like this, like have 3 images, one image down block, one image on the top as a logo, right? So you have the flexibility to select the uh, select the template, pre-built template, and then make the changes to the respective one. Or if I'm just saying I would like to change my template, right? My template again and see like how does it reflect for other templates as well. We have a lot of pre-built templates that are available. All you have to do is select the template and then make or arrange the content according to you to what do you need. Okay, so just clicking on save and finish, or I can just come back and then make changes. Okay, so I can make changes and it automatically reflects. I just click on done editing. Okay, so the changes, and if I would like to add my images, right? So for example, I just would like to add my image, so I can just do an image replacement over here, right? So that will add the image in that particular section right there. Okay, but just in case I do not want this template, and then I have other kind of templates, right? So one is empty. So this will just give an layout. It will not give you an option of adding an images and all that kind of stuff. But you have a layout. So I'm just selecting this one, and it will reflect. It will apply for that layout. Okay. But now I want to add an image. I can just add an image block also, but I just do not want to add now. So I took a blank layout, and to the left, you're seeing blocks, right? So you have the flexibility to add all of these blocks and utilize and create your own template. Okay. So for the first, I'm just try typing out my subject. Okay. In case I want a pre-header, I can do a pre-header as well. Okay. So now, for this one, I just want to add an image. So I can just drag and drop and the image block appears. Now I want to add an image block, right? So I can just browse image that is available and select it, appears. I can adjust the dimensions as well. Okay. So I'm removing scale to fit, and I'm adjusting my dimensions. So you can do that as well. Okay, so if at all you would like to put some text when the image is not available, this is required, or I would suggest you to add the text as well, because sometimes when there is no proper network, images might not load on the customer's email. So you need to let them know that what is that image, at least, so that when they open the email and the images are not loading, they will be able to understand that there is a logo, uh, instead of coming to a different conclusion. Okay, so you can set the borders as well. Okay, so if at all I would like to increase my borders, I can increase my borders as well. Okay, if I want to decrease my borders, I can just decrease my borders all the way to 0 as well. Okay, so image padding, I would like to increase my image padding, I can do so. Okay, so image padding increases on the top and bottom as well. But it's not that you need to do only from content perspective, or from drag and drop perspective. But if at all you would like to view in the code view as well, So when I just clicked on code view, I get that over here. Okay, so I can just see what it is, what is the image and all, and I can just increase my width as well over here. Okay, so I can do all the kind of stuff either from the content section or from the HTML editor as well. But if I want to see how it looks like from the code perspective, I can even see from the code perspective as well. Okay, so similarly, like, I have just added my image. Okay, so I would like to just add a button. Okay, so I can just add a button over here. Okay, and I can set my things like, if I want to redirect to a URL. Okay, so I can just set my URL as well. Okay, so I just want to add some text. Okay, so I'm just trying to add some text. Efficient for you. Okay, so I just want to have some code snippet. I can also add some code snippet. Okay, so I can just drag and drop and upload my code, HTML code also, and then get it done. So I'm just not adding it. Just, and then I want to have a free form. I can just have a free form as well over here. Okay, make changes, do some body edit, done, right? If I want to add an HTML, I can add it. Okay, dynamic content, which I'll be covering in my next session, where I'll be trying to showcase all this kind of stuff. If I want to add an carousel, right? So I can add the carousel as well over here. So Salesforce has got that ability. So I can upload the image. Okay, so I have created a carousel. Sorry, I'd like to add one more image. Okay, so you can see the two buttons appearing, right? So this works as a carousel, and you have the it's like sliding images, right? You see on different kinds of client websites that you will be seeing, right? So if at all you would want such kind of a stuff, you can always add them. Okay, and you can add social follows, like, Facebook and Twitter appear by default, but you have other social media as well, like LinkedIn, Pinterest, right? So you can add all of those over here. Okay, so all these does not require any code. Okay, so it's not that you need to know code while you're trying to build the emails. You do not need any code. All you have to do is you need to understand for what is the requirement and what you need to utilize for that, and you can build that. We have also behavioral triggers, like, if this belongs to this particular person, or if he clicks on this image, text, right? So there are such kind of behavioral triggers are also available inside Marketing Cloud. You do not need any AMP script code or something like that over here, like writing if else conditions for this kind of a structure. Still, right? So you can see, right, I have a layout. Okay, so I'm actually, what is the last activity, and I want to display a few things like, image laying, whatever I would like to display based on the behavior of that particular prospect or subscriber, I would say, in Marketing Cloud. Then you have the flexibility to display the information as well. Okay, so you can do that. So I'm done. I have set my layout. I have checked my design. So I'm just seeing whether all are done, and then I'm just going to click preview and text, right? Anyways, so you can see like how it is reflecting now. I have manage subscriptions. I have unsubscribe button. I have update profile as well. Okay, so the advantage of having a template is you do not need to add all this kind of stuff. So when you select a template, some templates already have all this kind of stuff. So, when you're trying to build your own template for yourself, so make sure that you have all these unsubscribe, update profile, manage subscription, all this kind of information pre-built, so that when your marketers are trying to utilize or copy the template that you have built, they have all these things in place already, and then they can just, do not worry about that kind of stuff. Okay. So You also get web view by default. So it's not that you need to create a separate web view for that. So marketing tool, every marketing tool will get by default. So you have two switches over here, desktop switch or a mobile switch. If you would like to see how does this reflect in a mobile view, you can see that. This, because this is a pre-built template, this has been properly aligned. Okay, but my data is not properly aligned because that's how I have added my blocks and all. But when you're trying to build your own templates, make sure you change the variations and see how it is reflecting on desktop and mobile as well. Okay, so if you just would like to see plain text, because few email clients will first need to read the plain text, and then they display the HTML or whatever the stylized content as well. Okay, so if you can see, right, I can do a test send. Okay, and then send it out to my custom. Okay, some issue. Yes. So I can do a test send and can send out as well, or else I have litmus. I think I do not have litmus for this particular instance, but yeah. So you can have a litmus, and this is where you will get the litmus as well. So the litmus tool will help you to see how it does reflect on different email clients and different devices, because iPhone 11 renders the email in a different way, and iPhone 8, the older version of iPhone, reflects the email in a different way. So, yep. So that's how you will be able to do that. So going to the SMS, you can create content over here. Okay. So, you have a preview as well. So this is a demo page. Now, how does it look like on the basically mobile devices, right? So you can do that. So if at all you have URLs, right? So you can have a shortened URL, because the reason we have shortened URL in place is due to something called as a text character limit. So we have text character limits for any SMS, because SMS is a short message service, right? So I think 130 or something, I don't remember exactly, but we have character limit for every message that you send out. But if you're trying to build a content SMS, then based on the character limit, it utilizes your SMS's capacity as well. Like for example, if the limit is 130, assuming if it's a 130 limit, then if at all you're trying to trigger out messages, right? So which has a message character limit, a character of 300, 400, then 400 divided by 130 will be the number of messages consumed by the API. Okay, for every person. Okay, or for every subscriber. So make sure that when you're trying to build messages, you keep your character limit in place and then build them, so that you do not exhaust the number of messages that you have bought, or SMS options that you have bought. Okay, so that's how you can build the SMSs. I'm just trying to close it. It all my content is being reflected over. So I can also create an in-app mobile push. Okay, so whether I would like to do a full page or a banner or a model, right? So this is how you have the flexibility to do so. Okay, whether it's a landscape view or a portrait view, you can do that. Or you would like to do it in a tablet device or a mobile device, you can do that. Okay, so you have that flexibility to do so. Whether all this kind of stuff, you do not need any coding language for this. Okay, so I'm just trying to browse my image to show see, like how does it reflect over there. Okay, you can see, right? So I can just give a title for this, content app message, and if I just want to display some message, I just want to do some, and I want to um, get some information as well, right? So first name also. something like that, right? So, I just don't want any button. I just need only one button. Sorry, I'll just enable this and I'll just disable this. So I just say, okay, so, whether it's an open page in app, right? So I can just redirect the stuff and then they'll be able to redirect inside the app, right? So there's not only the one, so I would like to have some, the different kinds of designs, right? I have, so I can do that. I would like to change my background color. I can change my background color. So what is the opacity and all, I can look into that. I can change my text, like whether it should be in center aligned, right? So message in center aligned, right? So I just want to keep it in the large. So I can just put it in the large. I can just do an inset instead of edge to edge, right? So, I can do a lot of stuff. Like I can just put a vertical button instead of a horizontal button, right? So, I can just make medium button, like large button. What is the color of the button? And do all this kind of pretty good stuff over here. Okay. So post that, I can just click on save. Could see like, the content is not automatically saved because in the content builder, there is only auto save for emails, not for other stuff. So you can, see how it reflects inside the tablet, or, how does it reflect inside a tablet in a landscape view or a portrait view. So you can look after that and then click on save and then probably utilize this as well. Okay, just to click on save. So all my content appears again. So I do not need to search if I just want to search again, right? So I can search for over here and all my content will be searched over here. Right. So yeah. So similarly, I have push notification. You can also create a push notification. Um, So something like this, all the apps generally push the notifications, right? So you can see that. So if I'm just trying to say demo, right? So what is the title of the message? What is the subtitle? And what should be a message, right? Um, Sorry, right? So I can do some gimmicks again, all this kind of, right? So I can just do a behavior again. So when I click on it, do I need to log in, land into what kind of a page, whether it's a cloud page or open the app, right? So I can just do that kind of stuff. So how does it look on the log screen now? For example, what happens when I long press, right? So I can see that. How does it looks like an alert, right? Instead of push notification that displays on the log screen. So if I want to do like an alert, so how does it looks like an alert? How does it looks like a banner, right? So they are banner when you unlock the phone, right? So how does it look like on Android, right? So you do not require any litmus over here. Litmus is specifically only for emails inside Marketing Cloud that you can utilize. But you have like common devices that you would like to utilize and see. So inside an Apple Watch, how does it reflect and all that kind of stuff is something that you can directly look into see and see like, basically whether the content is being reflected or not. Okay. So I can also do a subscriber preview. I don't know if I have my subscribers. I don't know. just in case, I am asking, I have placed my, the first name to appear, last name to appear, all that kind of stuff, right? So I can do that. Um, um, I think it's only reflected as name instead of. I don't know, for some reason it's not like. So yeah, so that's how you will be able to build a in-app message as sorry, push notification. So on any page, I am like, if I just want to go to my content builder, I can just do over here and then click on content builder. But I know like I can. So the last one, line message. Just show the. So you can, yes, you can create a shortened link for the email template. So when you create links as well, you can track the email, the links as well, whether the link has been clicked or whether it has not been clicked, how many have clicked that link and all that kind of data you can see when you enable tracking on the specific links as well that you're trying to embed. So I'm just trying to show you one more for line message. How does it look like in the line message and all? It's not line messenger. This is just a line message. So I'm just selecting this one, right? You can see. And for the image too, for image 3, and some text, see as well, how does it look like and all that kind of stuff. So, I can save again, like, if I just want to change my background color, I can change my background color as well. And, see how does it look like and how does it reflects and all. Okay, so I can add like multiple columns. It's just not that, only 3 are there and I can only add 3. But, it's not that, you can only upload images. So for example, I have um, image from here. I can also pull the image from an external website, but don't pull the images from the websites that you are not aware of. Okay, so that can trigger copyrights. Okay. So I can pull something like that and have it as well. Okay, so it's not copy. So I can pull image directly from your, for example, you have your website and you would like to pull logos from there instead of uploading over here. You have that flexibility. So this will at least have the like whenever people are using and the logo is being replaced or image is being replaced. So when this is being utilized, this mobile message, this line message is being utilized automatically, the new image also will reflect over here. But if you are uploading the content, then you will have to come back over here and replace the content. You can see that replace button, right? So I can always replace the content directly from here and then put it up over here. Okay. So sorry. So I'll just exit. So again, chat, line message, multi-content, add content. Now, previously you saw that, you only have the flexibility to add images, but now it's not like that. So you can create a text. Okay. And then you can upload an image. Okay, and then you can upload a video as well, or full. Yeah, so yeah, I think you can also add a video. I don't have. You can add an audio image map if at all you would like to have an image map, right? So you can add that one as well, or you can just add sticker. So right, so you can add different kinds of stickers, right? So if at all you would like to have all this kind of stuff, right, you can just add. So that's how you have multi-line or multi-content line messages. Okay. So let me just say. So yeah, so that's it for today's demo. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions on the chat. Be able to answer. Oh, okay, so everybody left. Okay, so do you guys have any questions from what you're seeing and all? Probably you can raise your hand like you have something. You have a raise a hand, yeah. Or probably you can post your questions on the chat. Okay, guys. So if there are no questions, then probably we can. Okay, how can we connect content from or what org you're speaking of? No, from Salesforce org, we have content management system. So if I want to use that in mCloud, how can we do that? So see, there are multiple ways, but in Marketing Cloud, the content management is in third party. It's not CMS of Salesforce. Okay, it's not CMS of Salesforce. So but Salesforce CMS can provide you an URL. Okay, so content delivery network. So it also has content delivery network. So you do not need to upload the same content again in Marketing Cloud and host them in a third party content CDNs. Since Salesforce CMS has got the CDN as well, you can directly copy the URL of that particular content and utilize that. I have showcased you, right? So you can pull images or you can pull content directly using URLs as well. So that gives the flexibility, but you need to make sure that the Salesforce org URL, right? So there are continuous constant security updates for that. So sometimes the URL might break and not pull the respective content. So you need to be on alert for that kind of a stuff. Hassan, so that's an answer for your question. Or yeah, I think someone has already given you the content API as well. You can utilize that. Can the link be shortened? Yeah, I've answered that. So the link can be shortened. So Marketing Cloud is costly. Yeah, that's true. So there are things that you can do with Marketing Cloud and with only Marketing Cloud. We have different tools like Marketo or Adobe, uh, all those kind of marketing tools as well in the market. Okay, but how can we suggest is you need to put forth that our Marketing Cloud can connect seamlessly with Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and other clouds as well. We have we have all the different kinds of studios inside Marketing Cloud itself. We do not need to log into other systems or connect mobile applications or have a different mobile push kind of a stuff. Okay, so we have mobile studio inside. So when you're trying to trigger out mobile messages or SMSs, right? So you have directly inside Marketing Cloud instance itself. You do not need to go this way you can maintain subscriber base or a contact base in a single system rather than having them in different systems, right? So you can project this one like this. But So apart from that, when you're trying to project marketing cloud for your customers, we have different studios apart from marketing mobile studio. We have email studio, we have interaction studio, right? So if your customers are trying to interact on the website, right? So basically for e-commerce or others, so from which location are they coming? If you would like to display relevant recommendation products based on his search browsing history, right? So you will be able to do that using Interaction Studio. So you can have customer data platform in a single go. You can pull all your information, what type of information has he visited, which kind of emails has he opened. So all this kind of information can be done. But if your customer, if he's a very large customer, and if he's a B2C, then there would be it is you can sell a marketing cloud for a B2C customers. But if it's a B2B customer and they do not have any requirement of basically the mobiles or interaction studio or Datorama or all this kind of stuff, we have Pardot, which is B2B, which is typically a B2B tool. But I've seen customers and I've implemented for customers who would like to utilize it for B2C as well. So you can utilize Pardot if it is only for marketing. So Pardot is very, very powerful for marketing, and it has tight integration with Salesforce. So more tighter than Marketing Cloud, I would say. But if it's only their priority is only for sending out an emails, they can choose this. But their priority is to send emails, and in future they would like to go and even utilize Mobile Studio also. Then I would suggest them from the beginning to utilize Marketing Cloud, because the subscriber base or contact base is prefixed, and they would not need to migrate this data again from Pardot to Marketing Cloud when they are trying to utilize Mobile Studio. So is Mobile Studio available with demos for practice? So basically, Lakshmi, so we don't have Mobile Studio by default. So if you can build the mobile messages in content builder and all, but you cannot do what do you say? Send out an SMS or send out a push notification. Okay. So because for sending out push notifications and all, you will require SDKs that you need to build, right? So you need to have an SDK and that needs to be connected. But if you would like to send an SMSs, right? And in that case, basically you can send out you can only send out an SMS once you register that number. Okay. So you need to register that number and send out a test SMS as well. For even sending out a test SMS, you need to make sure that you register that number and buy the SMS pack. So marketing on cloud intelligence, yes, I think so. Datorama, if you're speaking of my MC intelligence, then I guess so. I need to check with Funny. But currently I think we are running CDP parallelly. I need to see probably post April, we might have Datorama sessions. How to get short, long code for Indian customer, and cloud can be used for an Indian company. Of course, it can be used for an Indian company. So short code and long code, basically, Hassan, so you will have to reach out to the network provider. So to get your short codes from the network provider, from whom you are trying to purchase your mobile number for sending out SMSs, right? So yes, and yes, it can be utilized for Indian company. We have implemented for multiple Indian clients as well, Marketing Cloud, specifically Email Studio and Mobile Studio. So yeah, so I do remember that, we can sell or, cross sell for Indian customers. Yes, we can connect Marketing Cloud and Pardot for the same single Salesforce org, because those both are two different connectors. Okay, so you cannot utilize same Marketing Cloud connector for Pardot. Pardot has got a separate connector. It has its own connector, and Marketing Cloud has called Marketing Cloud Connect, which has its own connector. Okay, where you can define what type of data can be synchronized and what type of data cannot be synchronized. You can restrict all that kind of information in both of these connectors. Okay, so there are no more questions. Then I think we might close the session for today. We will have the quiz on Saturday. with my other session. I think that is not going to take much time as well. So we'll have a quiz over there, with probably 10 to 12 questions there. Okay, thank you all for joining today.